What's going on, everybody? This is our Mike, and I am someone that has used car mounts for quite a long time. As you can see, I prefer the on the dash mount, where I can suction the mount itself to the dash and not to your windshield. Being that the Pixel 6 Pro is quite a big device, it's time to talk about some car mounts that are out there, and especially one car mount that allows you to charge the phone while you are driving, and seems to hold it pretty well, if I do say so myself. So let's go for a ride and take a look at this new car mount dock that I chose, and we are going with the ZeeHoo Power Drive CF30. So it's a 15, 10, or a 7.5 auto clamping, built-in fan cooling, charging wireless card charger. And this is a full dock. Now this packaging is the more eco-friendly packaging. Obviously just pure brown blocks with, I think, ink that may be reused ink. We are looking at smart cooling fan, QR wireless charging, fast charging, 360-degree rotation, and multiple installation options included in this. So quite a very plain package, but this was actually on a lightning sale too, and that is what also attracted me to looking into a car charger that can handle some wireless charging if I happen to wear the Pixel 6 Pro down, which I know some people have done. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and open this puppy up. We are greeted with decent eco-friendly packaging here. Cornstarch bags, one of my favorites. Not a lot of protection on our bag though. You can see it looks like the mount had definitely rubbed against. Let's go ahead and check it out. So having a cooling fan is important, and definitely if you are somebody that uses a car mount, such as myself, remember when you have hot days, it is best to reposition your mount and get it out of the sun, because you do not want to be baking your phone, especially if you're going to be charging it while you are driving. But here is the charger, and if we hit the light just right, you can actually tell that you can see through. See that silver there in the middle? We can see through to where the fan housing would be, or the fan shroud itself. So I'm betting you probably pulls air through and out the back by the look of it here. So this is supposed to be a auto clamping mount, but let's check out what else we got in the box. Let's set that aside. We also have, I believe this might be the vent clip. Being the phones, nope, this one is not the vent clip. I think it came with its own cable. From Type-C to a full-size USB. So here is another ring for tightening. And yes, we have a USB-C to a full-size USB. Obviously not a fast charging style, just a standard. Good to keep around the house, possibly. Or even in the car, truck. Other goods in the box, I believe. So much crinkling. Okay. I believe this one would be your vent clip style. Now, vent clips with a phone of this weight, I definitely do not recommend, just because over time you leave these clips in place with phones getting so big, they will become brittle and it will yank a portion of your vent clip out. How many of you have had a vent clip bust, and how hard has it been to replace those vents? Go ahead and sound off in the comment section below. Let me know how much of a pain it has been, and that is why I say save that for something else. And here is our main portion of our arm. And does it extend? Yes, this one extends as well. So mine might be a different model. There are a few models out there where there's one that's just an actual bar arm with a support piece. Mine seems to be a different style that we can actually free up some space. We've hit our max there, which actually I'm fine with because I already have a mount on my dash in the truck, as you had seen, and my current clip obviously will have no problems reaching with this. Should have no issues at all, but that will go onto there. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, we will move this screw out of the side. Let's go ahead and pop this one free and twist it. Put it on our joint. Put our joint in place. Alright, now we can screw this one back on. Do it properly here. There we go, so we don't mess up our threading. Alright, so that is set for now, actually let's flip it around. We'll keep it facing that way just for video purposes. So we'll have it set up and we'll pretend it is inside my truck or a vehicle. This mount is just touch control with these side buttons. A little motor in there. It will open and squeeze the phone just as much as it needs. Now, obviously, your phone may vary depending on your case and how wide the device is. We all know the Pixel 6 Pro is probably one of the biggest phones on the market. We'll set it in. Touch again. Okay, and it's not wanting to auto close because there is no more power to it. We have nothing hooked up. So here is our Type-C on the bottom. Just going to plug that in. Give this some juice. So we can see we got power because we have lights lighting up. The device is ready. It knows it has juice to it. Let's go ahead and put the phone back on. Look at that. Auto closed and charging wirelessly. So let's look and see. As we can tell here at the bottom, we are at 68% charging wirelessly. We'll be ready in 1 hour and 25 minutes. Now, obviously, it is not rapid charging like what we would want, but that is only when we are plugged in and charging. But hopefully, if the phone was to be maybe at a lower threshold on battery life, it might charge a little quicker. But I will have to download a battery app that will allow us to see what the charging current is going into it right now. But that gives you wireless charge while you have your phone in the mount and you're driving around, navigating, heading to or from work, out running errands. And then a few things that they do mention on this. Let me get this to hold in place. That way we can just keep an eye on it. The only downside is since we do not have a super hard surface, this probably will tip. Let's go ahead and drop her down. Get her to rest a little. There we go. Not perfect, but let's see if we can get her to stay. All right, so she's sitting and charging wirelessly. But a few things they do mention on this about your auto clamping wireless car charger. Randomly opens and closes. How do I fix this? Please make sure that your car adapter supports the 5 volts to 2 amps or quick charge 2.0. For 10 watt or 7.5 watt charging modes, you need to have a 2.0, 3.0, or 4.0 USB car charger is required for this power source. To see both connections, or check to see both connections on the cable are secure. Push your phone in the center, yada, yada, yada. Materials are effective. So the case can cause a difference. So you have to be careful with that. And for me, luckily enough, using a later case, I will not have those issues. Power source may be unstable. So those are some of the reasons why your mount might open while you're driving. So be careful with that. Charging my device slowly. What do I do? We also have number 6. We're going backwards here. Yeah, we're out of order on these. Number 6 will be charging the phone, so while using music and GPS without draining my phone. So unfortunately, when you're charging any wireless QI wireless product, you'll find a loss of power as the unit has transferred power wirelessly to your device, which means if you are using GPS device or listening to music while driving, your charging will be very minimal. So stuff to keep in mind when you all are wanting to look at buying a wireless charger for your car, if your vehicle does not have that and you wanting it obviously mounted to where it is visible. So while using your car charger, what may cause charging being interrupted, stopped, or started periodically. Heat buildup may cause this to happen. QI charge depends on monitoring the battery's temperature. Thus, the temperature gets too hot, wireless charger will stop charging. However, it will resume when the temperature drops back down, drops back again. This can be done to preserve battery life and prevent thermal runaway. So, quite a bit of different stuff here. So, obviously, if it is something you are all interested in, doing wireless charging, and let's see if we can hear the fan, by the way. That is a very quiet fan. If we look, you can hear it just faintly, but it's running, it's going. If you are interested in this wireless charger with this type of cable and adapter, I will leave it all in the video description. That is it for this part, and next we will see how it actually holds up in the truck. Okay, so here we are 1 day later and a few dollars shorter in the pocket, but what I can tell you right now, this wireless car charging mount has become one of my favorite mounts of all time. I have not had any issues with the mount letting go of the phone when it is in use, and it has wirelessly charged with no problem as well. One thing to keep in mind, there is a thermal throttle in this car charger. If the coil feels that it is getting too hot and the fan is not pulling away enough heat, it will go on ahead and disengage in charging. Your phone will still be held with no issue though. So that is something to keep in mind. But besides that, it has overall been a wonderful wireless car charging accessory. And yes, it can hold even the iPhone 13 Pro Max phones. Just keep in mind how thick of a case you are using will cause some different results when charging. So, but overall, I definitely enjoy it and recommend this car charger for anybody that wants to be able to just pull their phone off the mount and go and not need to worry about plugging in or unplugging all the time. That is going to be it for this video. If you like it, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe. This is Mike. I will chat with you all